I'm Cav, the Cornish sewing girl. Welcome back. It's been a while. I'm sorry for it being so long. I had my son home and he was home for a good 4 months, maybe longer. And we just spent some really good quality time together. That was lovely. And then I got into art, doing on canvas boards with paint, and it just wasn't me. But because I'd spent out on it all and I had to get the good paints, I had to persevere with it for a little bit. But I found it tiring and I found it rather messy, and I rather spend my money on my sewing. I'm more happier in my sewing room. So that's done and dusted now and gone. There's two things I like to chat to you about. What I would like to make, and also I haven't completely abandoned my quilt. I'm still doing it. Some blocks I'm going to discard and some I'm going to keep, and that'll definitely go on. But I'm thinking of changing my embroidery machine in. I've got the Brother V7. Has got some nice features. I would probably do it as a part exchange. I'm not trying to flog my sewing machine here. I would take it to a dealer and trade it in. It works well. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I'm just gonna have a sip of water. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with my sewing machine at all. Absolutely adore it, and I would do it, like I said, on a part exchange. But I've been watching a few YouTubes and I love the Bernina 790 Pro. Now, any of you have got it, tell me if you think it would be okay to embroider on, because that's what I really mainly, if I'm going to buy an embroidery machine, I don't want it, oh, it sews okay, but it's not so good on the embroidery. I want it to be beautiful on the embroidery, because if you spend your time and you spend your money, you want it to really be beautiful, you know, because you never know, I might get into doing the odd, put a few t-shirts on Etsy even, and you want it to really be at its best, because this sewing machine here, I absolutely love. And believe it or not, I am feeling so guilty even talking about another machine, because this one's my babe's. And when I walk in my sewing room, I always pat it and I go, hi, babes, because she's just lovely. And she's just always impressed me. I've always been very, very happy with her. And this is what the standard of embroidery she does. Up close there, look. And this is on a Brother. Hang on, I got another one here. I just got them all rolled up, but I got another one here to show you. This one was just on Etsy. That didn't cost me very much. And I know it is to do with the digitizing sometimes, but on Etsy, boy, can you get some beautiful, beautiful embroidery designs to stitch out. I just thought that would make a lovely, lovely cushion, because it's not, this design isn't too small on that. And there's this one, me draft. Don't know if you can see that very well. And yeah, I absolutely love it. And I got one more here. I must have dropped that one on the floor. Oh no, here he is. And this one, I've stitched this one out loads of times, as I've shown you them before, but I've stitched that one out loads of times. It looks like a Frenchy shabby chic one. That would look lovely on the bed, wouldn't it? And that was another one from Etsy. Didn't cost very much. So having an embroidery machine is fun. And like I said, I'm not trying to flog me machine. I will trade it in, but I can always tell you where if I do. Nothing's set in stone yet, because once I do the finance side of it, adding up and taking away whether I should financially part with the money or not, that's that's another thing. But you never know, I might be able to rake back a little bit if I do a few t-shirts and put them on Etsy or something, you know, because it's so beautifully, like, you know. But since I've done that art and had enough of that, I've been pining over all my fabric, and I love this lovely piece of linen here that I've got. And I've had this a while. I have shown you it before, but I got, oh, do you know what? I always lose things. I always get everything ready to show you, and then when I really want it, it's, I got it. It's not here. I found it now. So this is one that I bought a while ago, and I never used it because I wanted to find a really lovely pattern, and this is the pattern I got it. This is the pattern. Now, I'm not sure because some patterns get discontinued, don't they? This is a Berda one, and it is 64.40. I've had this one a while, but even if they are discontinued, people still sell them like on Etsy and places like that. But I just thought this would make a lovely shirt dress. I wouldn't do like the safari style one. I do this one here. This is the one I like. But if you can see that, doesn't that hang lovely on that lady? And that's the type of style I like. So I got this that I bought. This one as well, and this one's got a lovely weight to it. Even though it's light, it's not too flimsy. Now this one I always pay round about the £15 mark if I buy dress fabric, so that it's nice. But the Italia Burnett or Brunette, whatever way you pronounce that one was like £21-22, and I done that blue one, and I done the embroidery on the front of that one. I don't like paying, to be honest with you. You can buy dresses in the sale and you haven't got to like work so hard. But if you like doing it anyway, and you can get a reasonable bit of, like this linen here is £40. No, yeah, £40 for 2 yards. So it was £20 a yard. It would cost you probably about £85, and if you went the shops that the White Company and all like that. Not the White Company, White Stuff. I got to say that right. I always get that muddled. But I had a little bargain this week. Now, I nip into my local Traeger mills that do sell fabric, but do I buy dress fabric there? No, never. I'll just buy their elastic's nice, all their little notions are nice, and I go in and I pick out, you know, where I buy me pins. I buy loads of little bits and pieces. I buy all me interface in there. I buy just little knickknacks of things I like for my sewn. I'm just trying to think what I do generally buy in there as well. But I do always come out with something when I go in there. But this week I did see this in Traeger mills, and Traeger mills does a lot of poplins and a lot of poly cotton stuff. And when I look at it, I think, no, I'd rather go and buy this, like, you know, a nice piece of linen. And yeah, you have got to pay more, but I always think I'd rather do that than have the poly cotton for a nice dress. But when I seen this, and it has got a lovely bit, it's cotton, but it doesn't feel too flimsy, actually. It feels lovely. It's got a lovely handle on it, and I really quite liked it. And then when I looked at the price, £4.99, I thought, I'm gonna have some of that. And this is the make. I'm not familiar with the make myself. I only hope it don't come out upside down. There we go. That's the make. And what's it called? John Loden, whoever he is. I'm not familiar with that. But yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? And I thought a lovely cool summer's dress, even if you probably line it. I wouldn't do that, because as you can see, the safari style, if I do that one there, you, even if you add interfacing, I think this would probably be too thin, but something like this, you know, that would look lovely on it. I would like that one, but I like the sleeves, but I do that skirt, but that style top. Let's see if I got the they only show you the back there, don't they? Let's have a look and see if I've got a little bit better diagram here. Yeah, here we are. There we go. That's my diagram of it. I quite like that. Do something like that, or something similar that I've got a dress I bought in a place called Phase 8, and it's just got a lovely style to it. I love to just copy that, really, you know, put my own sort of twist on it. Right. They all fall out, and I'm here always panicking to get them all back in, because sure as eggs are eggs, when I come to sew it, I've only got part of the pattern. So yeah, I'm loving that. But going back to about my Bernina 790 Pro, I would love some feedback to anyone who got one or would say no, they don't embroider as good as a brother. I would like to know that. Or if they say, oh, what's come up now? 20% battery. So I better speed up. Yeah, if anyone's got one and says no, don't get it, or yes, they love it, you know. But I do love me sewing, and there's ways of making these things happen, you know, when you really want something. I'm just going to grab something there. I just, because I was staring at this, and oh, I haven't done this quilt for a while, have I? I was doing that lovely quilt, and oh, I can't wait. But when you've got a quilt like this, and you've made loads of blocks, like this one here, I absolutely love. But one of them, I've, you know, the base of the pot goes down like that. One of them there, I got the base of the pot, and it looks more like that. And I don't know whether that, I suppose it'd be all right, but only some of them are going to make the quilt. And then I've been doing some log cabins around the outside, whoops, and some of these just like this, because this Tilda fabric, oh, I adore it. I just adore it, you know. And sometimes the fabric, you don't need to have a big fancy design when you've got beautiful fabric. I mean anything you could make. I mean, this little simple pot is just great for a quilt. You know, you could do whatever you want, and that's why I love sewing, because you can be creative, you can think of things, and then when you make them into a lovely big quilt. I've got one more here that's staring at me. I'll be pulling them all off my wall, and then tonight I'll be moaning I've got to stick it all back on. But when you do these, you just got to make sure that you always think about what way up it's all going to go, and make sure, you know, you, when you put all the little pieces, like all the little star points, make sure everything's all facing the right way, and you can just have fun, you know. You can just do oh, I'm going to get one more. I don't want to put them all back. Here we go. See, now that's the one that I think is like chopped off on the bottom, isn't it? You know, it's like chopped off. Can you see that there? I just think that I could, because your world's your oyster really when you're doing a quilt. There's no regimental thing, like you say, okay, we got a 12-inch block there. But you could make, if you had two 12-inch blocks, you could do a 24-inch block next to it and just carry the whole pot through, like, you know, if you know what I mean. You don't, or have more of an open space where you got a bigger pattern. There's just so much, but I won't bore you with that, because without visualizing it, that would be difficult. But I've missed all this, I really have. And when I look at all my Tilda fabric I've got all over here, like all my little strips, I'd cut them all into like 2-inch strips and just have a play and see what you could do, log cabin with them. But one thing that I should have done when I had my foot, remember I had to go in and have that trapped nerve, and I stood up and I pieced far too long. And what I should have done, gone on what she called something, laundry basket quilts. And if, mind you, it's all money in it, they're a couple £100, is to have bought a quilt that was already pieced. Or something just flew into my head then, I'll have to mention it. Already pieced, and then all you've got to do is sit down and feed them through the machine. Oh, that would be heaven. And all I'd want, you know, everybody got things on their bucket list. They'd like, you know, all I'd want is to have a lovely sewing machine and to just have things there ready to just sew, and you could just lose yourself in it all. It'd be amazing. But what just flew into my head was Jordan, from Jordan Fabrics. I think that's right, Donna Jordan. Oh, it was so upsetting here she passed. I thought I was hearing things. I'm thinking, oh, this must be something stupid, some joke someone's put on someone's, you know, because you don't always believe everything you hear on the internet and you read. And then I Googled it and put it up, and her lovely husband was talking about it. Oh my God. Oh, you know, I've had years of watching her, and believe it or not, she really got me into quilting, because her and Jenny Dawn, obviously, this year, I could never say that. I'll just say Jenny Dawn, you'll know who I mean. Nashuri Star Quilting. That's near enough. But with Donna Jordan, yeah, I couldn't believe that. Oh, I couldn't be Jordan. I just, when I watched it, I thought, no way. And I just thought, I did actually used to think, my God, that lady makes such good quilts. She put me to shame, because she does them so quick, and what a dream to be able to, I thought, have her energy and do that. And then behind the scenes, that lovely lady was not well, and it's sad, isn't it? So that did touch my heart, that did. There's another quilting lady I watch, and I watch her all the time, is my lovely Joy Bernhardt. I love Joy. Now she gives you little snippets. She talks about sewing machines, and she said how she loved sewing on her Bernina, and she just said, really, with the brother, you've just got the software that you've already got when you've bought your software. You know, do you want it on both the machines, if you know what I mean? Do you want it on your machine and then it does the basics, and you've got to take it to your software anyway? And she did say she wasn't 100% on the feet on the brother. She preferred the feet on her Bernina. So that gave me a little bit of thought. But I've had my brother here, this one here, and I do feel guilty even talking about it, because she's my babes. And I you know what, it's weird to say, but I do love my sewing machine. I love her to bits. And when I walk in the room, I go, hi babes, like, you know, she's my babe. And the embroidery that I've showed you has been lovely. But I'm going to go tomorrow in the sewing shop in Redruth, and I'm going to try out the stallaire, and I'm going to try a Bernina, but they haven't got the 790 Pro in stock. And there is a lovely place up the country. I'll tell you if I get it from there, and I'll talk to you about where I got it from. But yeah, and you can always make an offer on them and see if you can get offers. But there's no offers out there at the moment on the Brother or the Bernina. But generally, seeing I'm always on the internet looking up sewing stuff, generally there's always a summer offer. Generally around, not August, July time. There always used to be with the Janome, so there's no guarantee of knowing what the future holds. So I might have to just be sensible and hang on till then. So, yeah, but, you know, it's thinking whether or not to do it. But I'm going to take you along with me when I go in the sewing shop in Redroof to have a look at them. And I shall show you them. And I shall show you what my decision is. But I would like some feedback from you all. I would like to know whether you got any feedback on the Bernina. And I want to know if it really does sew lovely embroidery, or are they temperamental and it would do my head in. Because this one I got no problem with. It doesn't do my head in at all. I think I'm the scatty one. I'm the one that gets everything wrong now and then. The machine don't do nothing wrong. But I'm happy to be back and happy to share all my sewing with you again. And I won't say goodbye right this minute, because I'm going to pop some little things and I'm going to do my Cornish bit, because we went to a lovely hotel. Mind you, I'll have to stop eating out, won't I, if I get my new machine. We went called Green Bank in Cornwall, and I'll show you the little drive we done along to the Green Bank. And we had a lovely meal in there. We had a 3-course because it was on offer. But I think that was the Friday we ended up going down there. My husband had a day off or something. And being down the beach and the sun being shining, oh, do you know what? There's nothing more relaxing than sitting on a beach on a summer's evening. So I've got a couple of friends and I'm going to ring them up and I'm going to say in the evening, well, my husband won't go out much in the evening because he got work the next day. He just likes to watch a bit of telly. I'm going to film it if I'm down sitting on the beach in the evening to show you what Falmouth is like, because I love my Falmouth, don't I? So I'm going to put a little bit in of Cornwall, show you in the sewing shop. Okay, my darlings, I'll just pop that in. Right, here we are, going out to lunch in Falmouth. Do you know, it's been really bright. And now all of a sudden I put the camera on, it's gone dull. But it's not a bad day today, it was beautiful. And this is Falmouth, my lovely Falmouth. And we're going today to a nice hotel for lunch. And the hotel is called Green Bank. I haven't been very well, so my voice isn't 100%. So I hope you can hear me all right. Absolutely adore Falmouth. So this is the route to Falmouth. And the hotel's not far up ahead. Oops, tight squeeze here to get by. We are coming down to the Green Bank. And all the boats are over that edge. In a minute you might be able to see them. Little glimpses there of the sea. But it's beautiful when the sun is shining here. And here we are. This is the hotel. So I'll see you in a minute. The hotel is right here. And this is the Green Bank Hotel in Falmouth. Here we are. This is the view from out the window. And we got a little table here right by the window. I wish the sun would come out because it looks beautiful in the sunshine. And that's is that flushing over there, Vic?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and that's Flushing. If I go this window, where the houses are in the distance, that's called Flushing. I got the monkfish there. I've just got back from Red Roof now in my local sewing shop. I sewed on, had a little, afternoon, or she gave me 45 minutes. I mean, it wasn't long, but it was long enough because they had staff sickness there. She said I could stop a little bit longer purely because I knew how to use the brother embroidery one. I was fine on. It's just that I wasn't very familiar with the Bernina at all. But the 770 was the same, it was still the same 7 series, even though it wasn't the 790, it was still fine. And I'll just show you how I stitched out on them. Right, these little sewing machines here was on the 770, which would be the same on the 790. And if we take that last fish there, because I done another embroidery on the reverse there, so that last fish is more or less what it's like. I didn't have any stabilizer on this, so this would be a lot better without stabilizer, stabilizer I mean. And I'll just show you the other side a moment where I done the whoops, there you go. This was the brother. Now, I think the tension was off on that one because I've had better than that on mine. The middle one is quite nice, but that's more like a line. It's not satin stitch. And this one was a bit off as well. But then I have sewn on, unless that's not bobbin thread coming up. It could well be the variegated thread, but I think it is the bobbin thread because there's no white in the line drawing one, There's not. So yeah, I think the tension was slightly off there. But yeah, I would love some feedback on the Bernina 790 because the reason why I'm not sticking with brother is because I want to do some t-shirts for the grandchildren to embroider on the front of the t-shirt. That's my goal. And I thought with the free arm on the Bernina, but a lot of people say, you don't want a Bernina, and a lot of people say they're okay, but it's taking the risk because they are, a very expensive machine. So I'm thinking if I air it on this channel, you all might give me some heads up. But I still want your comments, even if you haven't got an embroidery machine, whatever. I still love your comments. Because I've been away for a while and it would be lovely to just have that moment to sort of read everything that is, all the comments, and just be happy that I'm back on again. And I won't hopefully be leaving it too long. And I do want to sort another sewing machine out, but there isn't any offers on at the moment. And I think there always used to be around July time, although they do, if they're going to do one, they only last for a month and then a different offer will come out. So it's still good to check each month. But I remember July was always a good time. That was a good time as well. So yeah, I'm really considering it, but I'll see what feedback I get. Anyway, my lovelies, I'm going in to have a cup of tea, and I got to hoover my car out, and I need to paint my fence. So I got my work cut out of my. Anyway, love to all. See you all soon.